Hello, in today's video, we'll be looking at how to upload images with coordinates to Imago. Our very first step should be setting up our workspace in the Imago portal in a way that it can receive and process images with coordinates. Open up your Imago portal and identify the workspace and dataset you'll be working in. Next, we'll be creating an imagery type and inserting it into your dataset. To create an imagery type, navigate to the definitions icon and select imagery types. Scroll to the bottom of your list and create an image type by simply typing in the name of your imagery type into the box and pressing enter. Once created, you can define the details of your imagery type. For us, the most important thing is to select under the image content option, image, and under the spatial type option, point. Then you'll need to add an image type. Make sure you select the original image type, then type in the name you have decided. All right, now let's add your newly created imagery type to your dataset. Click on the workspace icon, select your workspace, then click on your dataset and select your imagery type. Now that we have set up everything in the portal, let's upload your images using Imago Connect. In Imago Connect, you can upload images to the Imago portal using these two tabs, the Scan Directory and the Upload Images tab. The Scan Directory is very useful when uploading images because it'll derive an Excel sheet with a list of your images within a local directory, and it'll extract information on these images according to your folder structure and file name. Once that Excel sheet is generated, you can select it in the Uploads tab and quickly upload all of your images. Let's start by selecting the structure of your folder in Imago Connect. The folder structure for my images is as follows. I have the workspace as the first folder, then the second folder is the dataset. Following that are folders representing each of my collections. And finally, inside these, I have all of the images for each of the collections. Remember, you can modify Imago Connect's folder structure option to suit your structure. In my case, I have no third folder that identifies the imagery type for each of my collections, so I'm going to erase that. Okay, now do the same thing for your file name. For each of my images, I have the collection name and an underscore to separate the sample ID, the X, the Y, and the Z. For me, I'm going to have to correct the file structure so that it matches that of my images. This will help Imago Connect extract the information that lives in the file name for each of my images. I'm going to erase the imagery type and add the imagery name. Now we'll select the folder that will be scanned and select the export location. Once you're done, press on the Scan button at the bottom right of your screen. And this will generate a CSV on the export location selected. Let's go ahead and open that CSV and check that all of the information for each of our images was extracted correctly. This looks great. For each of my images, I have a file path so that Imago can find and extract this image, and also all of the information about these images, such as what workspace it belongs to, the dataset, the name of the collection, the X, the Y, and the Z. However, you probably noticed that we are missing the imagery type and the image type for each of our images. So let's go ahead and add that in. The name of my imagery type was soils with coordinates under parentheses. And then the name of my image type was field. So let's add that in. It is important to note that all images with coordinates must have an imagery name to be uploaded. Otherwise, the upload will fail. For soil samples, in my case, this tends to be the sample number. Once you have checked that all the right information is in your CSV, click on Save and close it. Then you're going to navigate back to Imago Connect and select the Upload Images tab. Here, you can select the CSV you have just generated. Next, you're going to have to map the columns of your CSV by clicking on the Fields Mapping button, We do this so that Imago knows which column of the CSV belongs to what. Then select Upload, and if you open your Imago portal, you will see your images with coordinates.